Good morning, my beautiful people, wherever you're watching this video from. And actually, good morning, because across the continents of the earth, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever the time frame may be in your own zone. And I wish you an awesome day ahead of your activities for the day. Okay, yesterday I made an intro of us coming back to this space again to maximize and utilize these potentials. Okay, so you could like this page, share this page, make your comments on our discussions or the discussion we're having together again this morning. Whatever you feel, your tics, whatever may be, just drop it at the comment section. Okay, yesterday we were talking about the need for you as a person, or for me as a person, to be hopeful, to be optimistic, to keep believing, and likewise think as a person. So today, because I made a promise yesterday that we're going to have although I didn't mention the duration, but this morning I'll be making it very clear. I'll be having a 30-day series on stabilizing what SMEs, that's small medium scale enterprises, how to start it, how to stabilize it, how to keep growing it, because there are different challenges that come by the way in the journey. Is not always as sweet, as fantastic as we paint the picture in our sitting room or in our closet or in our expectation, because every man is always expectant of something good always. But so there are challenges in the way. So we'll be taking a different series, different topics. So if you have something contrary to the topic, something controversial you want to say, whatever you want to say, you could drop it on the comment section. But do me the favor by liking this page and sharing it so that it will go viral. Alright, today we'll be looking at a caption on today's episode: awakening the hunger. Awakening the hunger within. It takes hunger for any invention, for any company to float. It takes hunger for any invention or any company to be better. So there have to be a hunger. I'll do a quick recap of my own experience as a little boy, as a little teenager. Yeah, teenager at 14. I was living with my grandmom, and I happened to go help her drop her load in the market. At one faithful market, although I've been doing that before I go to school in the morning, the days I'm chanced. It wasn't under compulsion or compelling the circumstance. It was at my free will. So I went on this very faithful market day, and after dropping her load in her own shade, I was like, people were like, we needed to move their items, and I saw that person that, okay, by the wayside they were negotiating. I like, okay, we have to drop below this certain amount of money, and that's how I dived into it. I just quickly did a turn round, and I think that day I had a 500 naira in my pocket, and that was already because perhaps to that time I already had a hunger within me that I need to start making money for myself, that I would not want to depend on my mom or any of my elder ones or uncles or aunties or anything, or like the financial stuff. So I wanted to make my own money to take care of my own life. Just imagine at that age, at 14, to take care of my own expenditure. So that was my own thing. That was my orientation. That was what I was exposed to, because after reading quite some books by Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, Rich and Poor Dad, a lot of them at that very tender age. So my mind was already live, my mind was already open, and I was like, how did these people do it? Is this their story real? So I wanted to experiment. So that was a hunger within. That was a hunger within, wanting to do something. And at that moment, when I got back home, when my people got to know about it, that Austin has turned to a wheelbarrow pusher in the market, it was a big war in the house. It was a big war. Like, what is your problem? Are you the one taking care of your bills? Are you the one paying your school fees? Are you the one feeding? And naturally, all of these things I just mentioned were being taken care of. I wasn't lacking anything. In fact, I can't remember any day I was driven out of school saying I haven't paid my fees before the deadline for payment for fees. My fees were taken care of. So basically, as a child, I wasn't having anything I was lacking. All were basically taking care of, my clothing and everything. But I was having this passion that I want to do something for myself. I want to earn my own money. I don't want to buy biscuit and say, uncle, give me 15 naira to buy biscuit, all of those kind of stuff. I just wanted to have my own little stuff, to do my own stuff. So that was it. That was a hunger. And that was the hunger that was within me. And it was bringing up different ideas at different intervals. Trust me, I was still a teenager. I couldn't, it's not now, at least God have done so much work in me. I couldn't actually express myself to anyone. So just a hunger within, waiting for an expression. So until 2010, immediately after my WAEC and NECO, I had the opportunity of inviting two of my friends, Fidelis and sorry, I earlier mentioned I'm in my workplace, I'm in the business location, so there might be one or two interruptions from customers, because this is what we do to put food in the table and take care of our bills. So that's why I beckon of them, like, this is a passion in my heart, there's something in my heart I want to do. Can we start up a business? Although I didn't put it to them, we just started like doing a tract. And I could remember the title of that article there was, Jesus is all you need for all your needs to be met, something in that line. And we actually went about sharing it. I'm just bringing all these relating stories to buttress or emphasize on hunger. And that's how we both started. We're doing it. From there, we did a publication, as in a magazine. We had one or two interviews with some persons who were into business and other walks of life within Ekpoma City. So that's how we started. We did our first edition, we did our second edition. No, trust me, we're still undergraduate, so there are lots of distraction. We need to focus on our school. And at that time, moreover, I will have to mention it, I was working in a pharmacy, so where I run a shift. At this, I think this is the first time my mom will be hearing it. This is the first time, if she comes across this video, this is the first time she'll be hearing it. I was actually working in a pharmacy. To tell you what hunger actually entails, I wanted to be dependent. I was working in a pharmacy at the same time schooling, so it was on shift stuff. I have to, the time I'll have a morning session, I'll go for my classes. The time I will have a class, I come for the afternoon shift, night shift, just like that. I did that for like 3 years. My mom never knew about this side hustle. The only thing I told her I was doing, that I was doing a home lesson, and naturally I was actually taking home lessons then, taking some juniors students in primary schools, go to their home after the schools, and just to make extra change for myself. All these stories I'm actually putting up, they were hunger within. So that's how we started. We registered the company with CAC about that was 2012. Work Today Publication Enterprise. So we came about with distraction. Anyway, that's not an excuse of us not continuing. That's why we actually putting up. We came across distraction because IK was an undergraduate student in medical lab science. My Fidelis was an undergraduate in political science. My very self, I was an undergraduate in health education. So the time wasn't that much really there, not even the time the finances wasn't there. And again, we are very naive about what publication is all about. But all of my mind wanted to do, wanted to create a company, wanted to create an establishment whereby we will not just be the sole benefactors alone, but rather we'll have other persons come in and make the dream and go very big. So that was our story then. And thank God for life, because the word of God makes us to understand that it makes all things beautiful in His own time. We're able to do a petition then. Then as a person, the driven energies, the energy, because we actually registered the business name with TAC as a partnership. That's the three of us as a partner. But the energy wasn't that much again because of the various distractions. And I thought within myself, I need to start with something personal. I need to do something like a sole proprietorship, where I could make all my decisions at the moment and grow the business to some extent. And if I've been able by His grace to grow the business to an extent, I'll be able to call for what investors then to come in, or likewise call for more partners to come in and make the business more big. There's different when you are doing something in a team, and there's different when you are doing something as an individual. There's a huge difference. So that was my little story of what the hunger. And what did the hunger lead to again? It brought about a retail business for me. And the retail business was, as I mentioned yesterday, recharge card, selling of recharge card. That was a capital I could actually have at that moment. Oh, I was visible at hand. And how did I actually get that kind of from the little pocket money I was being given by my mom? Then I was in my 100 level, then 200. I actually started at about 200 level. So the little pocket money, about 5,116, as I mentioned yesterday. That was the fun. I bought this recharge card, then this touch life phone, then the era of a call minute 20 naira. That was my story. That was the hunger. And to conclude this, so we could look at what we have for today. That's how I started. And that's, funny enough, it's the same business God helped me to float that same year. It's what I've fallen back to even after my degrees in school. Even after my degrees in school. But even after my degrees, it's the day, in fact, if you could see now, that's what you are, the electronics gadget. I sell a phone accessories, phone. By His way, God is expanding the business little by little. We pray, and we do online clearance for newly intake and register students for post-TME across the institutions within Nigeria, properly outside if you likewise. So that's how we started our business. That's how the company name today, Rollins Global Enterprise, was founded by God's grace. And we are still trusting God that we will yet expand, and we expand to the glory of His name. So what am I bringing up this morning? Because that was an intro story to bring about what we'll be sharing briefly, because I need to attend to customer. A customer is already waiting for me. I told you I'm at the shop, so I'll be wrapping up this video, and trust me, we'll be having another section by tomorrow, awakening the hunger within you as a person. So once again, like this video, share this video, make comments on the comment section. I promise to respond to any of the questions you'll be dropping at the comment section. So number one, you have to, as I mentioned, you have to have what? A hunger within, because every industry you see today, or every invention we have today, is all better via what? A hunger. And this hunger connotes what? Passion. It's what came about by what? A hunger, and what? And this hunger will connote as it was what? Passion. But we must understand that in the season, or in the era, or in the bit of chasing or pursuing this, your vision of a company, of a business, of an establishment, you'll be faced with several obstacles, several challenges. I think tomorrow I'll be sharing some of my personal challenges in the SME world as that happened over the years. I promise tomorrow I'm going to share some of those encounters. By way of wrapping this up this morning, I'll quickly look at one point. And one of that point is what? Season of what? Heavy criticism. A lot of people will come and tell you all kind of stuff, and if you are not courageous enough within you, you just fold up and think, oh, there's no hope in this stuff again. I better pack up and go home and look for something else to do. But the truth is, what else are you actually going to do? For every cause, my own philosophy is, for every cause that is legit, for every cause that is moral, for every cause that is just, is worth pursuing. Even when you fail, doesn't mean that you're a failure. Pick up your pieces and start all over again. Pick up your pieces and start all over again. You knew how God used it to start whatever you are doing right now, whatever legit stuff you are doing right now. The idea He gave in the first place, how you were able to source resources. So pick up and start from that same instant. And believe me and trust me, something good is going to come out of it. So once again, like this video, share this video, drop your comment at the comment section, drop your questions, and do not forget, please, help me to share and keep sharing until it gets to everyone within the social media. God bless you, and I look forward to see you tomorrow. Though we promise it's going to be a 30-day series, by His grace, today is this 2. Tomorrow is going to be day 3. So it's going to be another wonderful section tomorrow. But this particular page, I'm going to do another, maybe I'll be dropping it in the page. I'm going to bring up my own page, because this page I'm on is actually a partnership. We are 3 persons that owns it. That's, as I earlier mentioned, Fidelis, IK, because they formed what we call Where Today Publication Enterprise, which is registered with CSA. But tomorrow, I think I will share this video on my own personal business page. So I might be using my own page tomorrow to make the tomorrow video. So I will drop the link on how to comment, and moreover, all my Facebook friends already existing, I will likewise make an invite. Please do accept my invite, and God bless you for accepting. Do have a lovely day. Thank you. See you tomorrow.